guys, it's me and I'm back again for another video, as you can probably guess. So today what we are covering is something slightly different compared to my previous videos of building a world. I am still working on that, but Game is taking me a little while to actually finish writing about. Because I'm going to get that written and then I'm going to read it out to you. So you can see what my interpretation of the questions are for the White City. And then we're going to do the emblem. So to do with that though, it is an RPG video day. Now I have had a request for May, for one of my Patreons, who wanted to know what kind of things can you do to ensure that all of your players as a DM are interacted with in the game. And what I mean by this is oftentimes, especially in the games I've played recently, certain people will be interacted with more, so certain characters. So you've got 4 characters, one of those or even 2 of those characters become the most important and the focus of the entire game, and the other 2 characters are either left out until combat when they are only considered as an extra weapon, or they just don't have anything to do even during combat. And how as a DM you can avoid that kind of stuff. Now, one of the biggest things that I get as both a DM and a player is bored. If your players are bored, you're going to have less interaction, which is where the issue comes in, and you start focusing on the people who are interested in what you're doing, who are interacting with what you're doing, and then the other people start to feel left out. It's a vicious cycle. So the first one is come up with an interesting premise. So say if you want to do a sci-fi epic and you have decided it's going to be a detective game, and one of your players comes back to you and says, I want to be a bodyguard type, but all I'm any good at is fighting. I'm not good at investigating, I'm not good at intimidation, I'm just there to beat people up. If your game is not a combat orientated game, you're going to have to sit down with them and have a talk about that character, because that character isn't going to fit into the game and they are going to feel left out when nothing is thrown their way. Conversely, if that player then decides that that is definitely what they want to play, you have to, as the DM, mould your game to allow them to do something. You can't just go, well, no, this is my game, this is what I want to make, this is what I want to play, or this is what I want to run, and you haven't conformed to that. While there is an edge of that because you have stated, I want to do this, I want to run this, it's going to be this, you also kind of have a duty of care to your players to go, okay, you've given me these ideas and we worked on something to make it kind of work, but it hasn't gone the way I want it to do. So you have a duty to your players to kind of change your storyline a bit. You are the one that has to be flexible. You are a DM, and that is your biggest thing. You are not reading your players a storybook, you are telling a story with the players. Okay? That one of my biggest points that I have as a DM is I have a point A, which is where the game is starting, be it that particular episode, part of the game, or that actual entire story arc, and then I have a point B, which is where the ending is. Everything in the middle, I may have set pieces, I may have bits that I want to go in a particular way, but you have to be aware that your players may not take it that way, or the characters don't react the way you think they're going to react. So you as a DM have to be flexible. That is my biggest thing. Be flexible. I had a whole list and my PC, my MacBook has just turned itself off and I'm not going to reach over there. Flexibility is a big one. Changing your story if you need to is a big one. Playing to your player base's strengths is another one. If you have a highbrow group of players that all tell you that they are super intelligent, and they are, fair enough, and they love to think intellectually, but they don't like combat, don't then give them a combat game to play. Give them that high intellectual game to play. Okay, maybe a combat one every now and again, because it's spicy, adds spice of life. Difference adds the spice of life. But you want to kind of aim your game to the players. So if you have a bunch of rule jockeys, rule lawyers, I was going to say something else there, but I'm trying to keep that word out of my videos. Rule lawyers that are really high on rules, then you want to kind of play to that. If you have a more RP friendly group that is, they said they could do something cool in the rules, it doesn't specifically say that you could do that, but it kind of works with the skill in an overall broad sense of the term, then use that. Then go with that. As long as they're not rule lawyers. If they're rule lawyers, then yeah, do that. You know your player base. Play to their strengths. One of the biggest ones is actually social interaction as players, not necessarily as people, not players and DM, as friends. If your friends are constantly on their phones, constantly on their iPads, don't seem to be paying attention to your game, and you are upset with this, it is your duty as the person who is offended to say, hey guys, I'm kind of upset by this, you're making me feel bad. Can I help you get more involved? What's wrong? What's going wrong? Now, they are players. They have to accept the criticism that they are not helping you build the game that they want to play. But you are the DM, and you also have to accept criticism that you may not be running something well. You may be running it bad. It may be terrible. It may be causing you to have an argument with your friends. And we are people. We understand that we make mistakes, but we have to reach out and talk to each other. If you can't do that, why are you playing the game? Yes, so basically 3 key points is what this all boils down to. And most of it's communication. So I hope that was a good quick little video of a rant more than anything else about how to actually keep your players interested. And I hope that it is actually useful to you. And Loki, bless him, has come to say goodbye. Or give me kisses, one of the two. So take care, have fun, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.